All right, now we wait and see if anyone shows up. Because without co-hosts, yeah. Um, okay, we have a viewer. I don't know if it's any of our regulars. I have no co-host this week, so I'm just waiting to see if any regulars show up and say hey in the chat. And I might have a story, and we might end early. Although I think the show topics and captions might lead one to guess what the story is about. Infectious humor. So, yeah, I don't know who's viewing, but we normally start our show now. I normally have at least a co-host now, but Brian is down in Santa Maria helping his sister-in-law. Apparently this week, last week his task was wiring up a two-prong outlet with three-prong adapters, and he was trying to figure out a grounding option, which there wasn't one because he was like, maybe I could connect it to the screw in the middle. But the problem is that the screw in the middle of a two-prong outlet is just a screw in the middle of something that's not grounded. That kind of ended that plan right there. We suggested that he should rewire the house. He was not on board with that idea. But apparently this week, Brian's task is dog sitting, so we might give him a call and check in on him. Mars has not responded to the weekly, hey there, what's up, you here? So generally that means he's not. But, Mark Scheinfeld is from Reno. I've been to Reno. I went there once. You know, it was one of those things. I was a younger person and got engaged. Me and my wife lived on the West Coast. All our family's on the East Coast. We're like, how the hell do we plan a wedding? And we decided, screw it. Let's drive to Reno. And yeah, that was that. So, yeah, it's a cool place. Nice place to visit. Haven't been back, but anyways. Waiting to see if any of our regular weekly viewers show up in the chat room. And actually, we're probably going to bring up the Skypes and ring our normal co-host Brian's cell phone to see how the dog sitting is going over in Santa Maria. And being that Mars has not responded on the Twitters, I don't think. Dune writes in weekly. Yes. Weekly show. Of course, to get DoorDash to load properly so I could order some materials from CVS, since I'm not going to drive down the street there right now, I had to clear my cache, and now I have to reload all my pages. And now Twitter decided to log into the marriage counseling page, because apparently with a cleared cache, that's where it signs into. That's because I need to sign in with my Johnny Gators account to get to my Johnny Gators Twitter. Okay, come on. That's the one. See, this is why I didn't want to do this, but DoorDash's site wouldn't load. And they're like, well, you have to clear the history. And now my saved password to sign in. No, but that's not the right email address. God, now my browser's all fucked up because Google Chrome made me clear the cache so I could order a damn test. No, I don't want to sign in with that account. I want to sign in with my Johnny Gators account. Okay, Johnny Gators. Boom. Password. Boom. All right, let's see, because I was trying to send a link to Sir Mars, and then it wouldn't let me send the link because the cached page didn't have a cache on it anymore. So I have to reload all my pages and re-sign into every damn thing, which is really going to throw off my porn viewing tonight. But that's okay. 5-Bit Dude writes in DoorDash app. Why would I use an app when I have a perfectly functional computer? I look at this keyboard. You don't get that. And let's talk about phone keyboards, shall we? We will. And hello, Mark Scheinfeld. Thank you for first-time subscriber. Hopefully you'll enjoy this week's show. Is not going to be the typical. I would normally never connect solo, but I have too much of a story. It's a story about infections and spreading them around an entire company. Not intentionally, but I'm going to see if Brian picks up the phone. That way we can bounce the call off of him and compare notes. So let's find Brian Blues' phone, and let's bring up the Skype channel on the mixing board here, and let's give him a call.
Hello, Chicago.
Hello, Brian.
Hey.
Hey. How's the dog sitting going?
Well, it's between dog sitting and working on this house.
I see.
We
So
got a shitload of boxes to go through.
So you are doing the rewiring then?
No. This is the house is full of boxes from the moving.
So you're just going to leave the lifted, grounded power strips around the house and let nature take its course?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah. You get enough of those power strips, the fire will just burn the place to the ground, and you get the insurance money to build anew. Everyone's a winner.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. No, it's okay. The flooding will put the fire out.
Exactly. We got to get these rats under control.
Yeah. So
because that was the cause of the water problem.
The rats brought in the water.
Yeah.
So they chewed the water main, or what? I mean, that's
the water that comes into the house.
Oh, they breached the house, and outdoor water started flowing in.
They were
through...
all over the place.
Ah, wow, that's a lot of rat problem. That's like a long time of ignoring a rat problem.
Well, in fact, it comes down to it. That's exactly it. It was the problem was ignored.
I see.
So if you detect a rat,
yeah,
solve that problem.
If you smell a rat, get a trap. But
yes.
Anyways, I've had an interesting week
or
here.
if you detect a rat, look at your traps first.
Yeah. Now you got to get and make sure that you get the right traps, because a rat will pick up a mouse trap and bring it home to its family. But anyways, today was actually the official opening of the office, and all of IT support, which is me and my one coworker who also does IT support, we're both supposed to be on site today with our smiling faces, ready to take a bunch of calls about how come my left screen is on the right and my right screen is on the left, or how do I connect to the Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
And
I told you about this guy that worked at Tharco that called himself the screensaver repairman.
The screensaver repairman. I see.
Yeah, back in the early days of Windows.
Was that a problem? The screensaver came up too quick, or
it didn't work.
The screensaver stopped coming up.
They needed him to set it up.
Because they didn't like the screensaver that was there by default.
Whatever. Yeah.
I don't want the flower box. I want the scrolling text. I want to make it say Amy sucks. Right, because you want to get it good with the boss.
When I started, were we still on Windows 95?
Well, were you ever on Windows 95? Because when you went to Citrix, you went to NetBoot terminals on Windows NT, but I guess those machines...
No, we all completely Windows early on.
So you were on Windows 95 machine that got outdated, that you converted to NetBoot terminals to boot to Citrix, which were running NT
Or did
servers.
we go to Windows 98 before then?
Well,
I don't remember.
I will say...
Because I didn't start until...
Here's the thing I'll say. I will say after I started there, after about a few months, Carrie was in an office in the production area, that middle office, I think, or one of those 3 offices in the production area. And
Yeah.
and she had a problem with her computer, and I walked in there, and she literally had a Windows 98 workstation that was configured for her to sign into and then used to launch a Citrix session in a window within the Windows 98 desktop. So it was still a production Windows 98 machine when I started there in 2008, although she was really just using that to get to a Citrix desktop.
Yeah, right.
But then again, would also, heck, to my last day at Tharco, they still had that cutting table in Seattle that had the hardware that communicated with it that didn't have drivers beyond Windows 98. Although by then they set it up out in the plant because they bought a new table, and Mr. Beers thought, like, I could make a few extra sales with this table that still works. And I had a little conversation with Mr. Beers and said, do not call me when it stops working. Your days with this table are over the day that happens. Like, this is replaced. This is done. Yeah. I don't know this exists. I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. We replaced it because it was obsolete.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because I spent a week cloning that machine when it went down to try to get a working one back up. But that's not what we came here to talk about. So getting ready.
Incidentally, since we're on Tharco for just a brief moment, you're on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
So you connect with various people that work for Tharco, work for now PCA, not whatever, and maybe some other jobs, right?
Yeah.
So I got a notification from LinkedIn that Pam Marcus celebrated her 34th year at PCA.
I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that
kind of sucks. Yeah.
That shooting at that Walmart.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
But I'll probably forget forever getting these notifications about her. Damn it.
Well, I think Chuck's LinkedIn account says he still works for Tharco. So I don't know if that means he's so gainfully employed and successful he doesn't have time to update it, or he's still unemployed in a van down by the river. I mean, either one of those is, talk about bad luck. Poor Chuck. But,
and there's another guy there's been a number of people that have left Tharco under unfriendly terms, as it were, layoff or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Once Boise came in and instituted their accounting policies and practices and different things, they didn't need it. Well, that's the thing. We were at the corporate headquarters of Tharco. Once you're acquired, corporates, working for corporate, your days are numbered. Yeah. But,
like all the accounting people eventually left, payroll left.
Yeah. Well, my favorite, sarcastic, was when they had that one employee that she wanted to take on some more things, so she started helping out collections, and she was working part-time in payables, part-time in collections, and she was doing so good that they put a nice big banner up in the hallway congratulating her on getting Employee of the Month, at the parking spot and everything. And then that week's furloughs, Jaunty, I guess she technically could have still used the parking spot, but she had no reason to park there anymore. And it's like, really?
Yeah, that was bizarre.
You laid off the Employee of the Month.
Get rid of a half person. That person is a half-time person.
Right.
We'll get rid of her. And then the other department says, that person's a half-time. We get rid of her.
We'll just each get rid of half a person. Problem solved. There we go.
They should have got together and say, okay, which is the dumbest piece of shit here?
And then throw Employee of the Month over into that position. But no, they took.
That's how it would have worked. Yeah,
they would have. Like, hey, you're going to work for this department completely now, and they were all good employees though. I had no. They were all pretty good. I don't know. How do you make a decision like that?
I know it just sucks.
Yeah, but that banner came down real fast, and that was the last Employee of the Month. That was the last Employee of the Month Tharco had.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, that was it. But anyways, so today I was supposed to go in the office. Now getting ready for the office to return, they had a nice company-wide event last Thursday in the city, at a nice place down in the Seaport District, just down the street from where I used to work, which was great.
Is this where they dump the tea in the harbor?
Actually, it's not far from that. Actually, it was within walking distance of the Boston Tea Party Museum, which is a shack in the middle of a bridge where you can go out on a ship and throw a crate with a rope attached to it off the ship. And apparently, that museum gets mixed reviews because they're not really a museum so much as an experience, I think is the way they put it, which is not a good starting line when you have to defend your museum as less of a museum, more of an experience. Basically, they have the world's only original crate from the original Tea Party on a display case, and that's the only artifact you can see at that museum. The rest of it is like period actors and going out in a ship and throwing a crate attached to a rope over, and then someone pulls it back in, and the next person can go throw it. It's I've not done it. I've walked past it every day for a number of months.
I would do it, and then you got a picture for Facebook.
Yeah.
Yahoo!
I don't know. I don't.
But then again, you might be labeled as a Tea Party person.
I don't think I can ever bring myself to replace my RCA Mark II synthesizer profile picture, though. I can't do it. I don't think I'll ever get as cool a profile.
There was a picture that a friend of mine posted on Facebook of a guy in front of this huge, I don't even know what it was. It was some type of synthesizer device. The guy had played with Toto.
Okay.
Steve something or other that was the keyboard guy. Now listed as a former member, but... And he was from Connecticut.
Right. Well, you've seen
my Connecticut friends pointed that out. That, in fact, he was from Bloomfield, even though the Wikipedia says he's from Hartford. Bloomfield is just a little town.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Well, no, I just can't bring myself to. You've seen my profile picture, and I use that. I even use that as my work profile picture. And that's great fun when I, call someone and, I look like hell, so I don't turn the camera on and my profile picture comes up and they're like, hey, what's that you're standing in front of there? I'm like, it's a music synthesizer. You feed it with paper tape. But, I don't think I could ever replace that one. But anyways, so we had this company party last Thursday.
Yes, company party.
And it was one of these things where, open bar from 11 to 2:30. And so we get to do some day drinking with all the coworkers, which is great fun. And it was great because I always wear a hat when I go outdoors. Otherwise, I get sunburn. And so I grabbed my 5-hit hat, courtesy of 5-Hit Dune. At some point, people are taking pictures, and I happen to be in the middle of a discussion with the CEO and posed for a picture next to the CEO. And I realized, oh my God, I'm posing for a picture next to the CEO of my company with a 5-hit hat on. And there you go. So I'm doing what I can to promote the show. So, which means
fantastic.
That's great. CEO of the company's going to go through the photos.
Tried to promote the show.
Yeah, he's going to go through the photos. He's going to Google 5-hit. What the heck's that hat that guy's wearing? And he's going to, he's going to tune in probably. I don't know.
We got to fire that guy.
No, well, the thing is
you see all these stories about people that get fired after they look at their Facebook pages.
Well, I don't know. Everyone, the thing is because I basically do the tech support part of onboarding everyone. I send them their laptops. I get on a call with them the first day and walk them through everything. I take a large amount of the tickets. Everyone at the company is making a point to come up to me and chat with me. And of course, later on, after the open bar is over and it's cash bar, people start buying rounds of shots, and everyone wants me to get in on their round of shots, and that's how 3 shots ended up happening within a hour.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So, and then the bar hopping started happening.
Right.
And so we took
Actually, I worked with a guy that had a sign on his desk, and he was IT support. Cultivate friends in the payroll department.
I'll cultivate them in all the departments. Mod Pro Ready again. Who's 5-hit? No clue. Pretty much. Yeah, I don't know.
Dude listening?
I found this hat on the side of the road.
That's right.
Some crazy homeless guy gave it to me.
It was free.
It was,
A homeless guy gave it to you.
I don't know.
That speaks low of it.
I found it in my desk. The guy before me left it behind. You know,
right.
like I think I had an umbrella like that had some branding on it. I found it in my desk when I moved in.
Right.
It's like, ooh, free umbrella. So, you know, I'm hanging out with everyone. I'm down to like the bitter end with the last core group that's at the third location of the night, and at some point, you know, we're all having a good time. We're all feeling great. After the 3 shots, I switched to water until we got to the next bar. And then that place, I only had a single beer while chatting with people. And then the next place, I had a Long Island iced tea. And I got lost finding the train station and got there just in time for the conductor to tell me, "So long, sucker." Right. This train.
How much time between trains?
Well, it was.
Or was that the last one?
I thought it was the last one, so I was panicked for a while. But it turns out that there was another train at 11, so I had to wait from 9:40 to 11 at the fucking train station, drunk off my ass late at night after being told "so long, sucker." I mean, the train was stationary. I run up, and I know that the guy at the conductor place isn't gonna let me in there. So I run past him and I go to the closed door and I start banging on it. And the guy's like, "Dude, you missed it." I run back. Train's still stationary. I'm like, "Dude, let me on. I'm here." It's like, "Sorry, can't." Dude, I'm here. And it starts pulling away. You know, I think I shouted "asshole" for the next 15 minutes down the tracks as it continued to pull away. No one came and stopped me. But which is a good thing. And then I'm like panicked. So I go to my phone because I was texting 2 people during the night, and Android has this feature where you can have the keyboard work right, or you can have the keyboard work wrong. And there's a button right there that could accidentally get nudged, especially by a drunken asshole, that turns it into the wrong mode. And I don't know how that happened, but the keyboard normally the keyboard's docked to the bottom so that you split screen and you got a keyboard at the bottom and you got the rest of your screen. So that way you can see your screen, you can see your keyboard, you can navigate your screen, you can type your keyboard. Everyone's happy, everyone's a winner. And someone decided, well, what if you want your keyboard to be narrower, smaller, and hide things behind it by having it float out on top of the middle of the window? Whoever that guy is, I'm almost as mad as him as a train conductor that pulled away and says "so long, sucker." So my phone's keyboard was hiding my windows. I'm trying to navigate between Windows and keyboard. I can't even see what I'm typing because it's over the text box. And earlier when I went to Trillium, I had to, text my cousin like, "Haha, I'm at Trillium," because dude's in Jersey, far away from Trillium, and he loves this stuff. So he's always asked me to bring it. So I was like, "Hey, I'm hanging at Trillium." So at some point, I go back up to my past few chats. I go and tap on the chat for Chris. And I'm like, "Dude, I missed the train. I don't know what I'm going to do." And the chat types back, maybe Uber. So I bring up Uber. It's like $100 to get a damn Uber from South Station back home. And I'm like, it's $100. It's like, damn, that's a lot. And then I see, I'm talking to Kenny. I'm not talking to my wife. I'm talking to Kenny. I'm like messaging Kenny at 10 o'clock in the evening, who's recently had a second kid, I think. I think the due date's passed now. Gotta be, yeah.
So we actually in this house project with my sister-in-law, her sisters, my nephew, and us are all on this one, group texting thing, right?
Okay.
And one of the sisters, which would be my outlaw, right?
Okay.
Because I'm only related to the sister-in-law. The other ones are all outlaws.
They're outlaws. Okay. So they're the double in-law means outlaw.
Anyway, tested something. Oh, I'm going to have to pull it up and read it to you. It's hilarious.
Oh, okay. All right. This ought to be
not for this group. Okay, yeah, here's what it says. She says, "Did Penny pee when you were there?" And then, a few moments go by, it goes, oops, wrong, sorry, wrong text.
I'm hoping
I
Penny's a
don't know who
pet.
Penny is. So what I did, hey, no problem. Here's a picture of the dog with the turtle. Kind of, yeah, you can ignore that. It's almost like the bunny with the pancake, right?
Yes. I did send that picture recently to someone.
Exactly. In fact, I saw this one that's a similar thing. It's a picture. Oh shit! It was on Twitter, and I don't remember if I retweeted to or
So
it was the same type of thing, but it was kind of nonsensical. But it was it was like the perfect opportunity would be to use this.
anyways, what was bothering me was I couldn't figure out why I didn't get to the train station on time, because in my mind, at around 9 o'clock, I saw I have 40 minutes until the train, and I knew I was like a 10-minute walk from South Station. So I figure I'll get out of here at 9:10. I'll have 30 minutes for a 10-minute walk, and I'll make a nice casual stroll to South Station, and I'll be sitting on the train waiting for like another 20 minutes for it to pull out of the station. And so it's like, how did this happen? How did I end up, oh shit, running to the station? Because as I'm walking up the road, I see, oh shit, it's 9:39. How did this happen? And well, first thing that happened was, well, right around the time that I was getting ready to leave the lounge, a political conversation broke out. Mind you, everyone at the table was like-minded. Some of them stronger than others, and so I was trying to talk down someone from wishing violence on people, and like and so I think
the person was from Lofty Heights, right?
What's that? And anyways, according to my Google timeline, I left Lucky's Lounge at 9:29. So I thought I just left another extra 10 minutes. I thought I got out of there at 9:20 the latest. And then I got to bring up the map to show you the route I took to South Station, because somehow I got lost and didn't even realize it because I was following the damn map app and it kept turning me the wrong place. All right. So anyway, I'm going to share the screen for everyone else to look at. I'll have to describe this to you. So here's my,
and you'll tweet that as well, right?
I don't know about that, but as you can see, there's a bit of a branch off the side. So basically, I left the Lucky Lounge. I instead of going down Congress Street and crossing the bridge, I decided to go the other direction, which is okay because just one block over is another bridge I can cross. I cross that street. I walk another 2 blocks. I realize, shit, I missed my turn. I walk back a block. I take another side street. I get to the bridge. So, yeah, that's how I missed my fucking train. But
So you turn a short walk into a long walk.
Yeah, I think the Long Island iced tea played a role in that, and the 3 shots. At least one of them was tequila, and the other 2 probably were also tequila. I didn't ask; I just took them, and that's the problem being liked. Everyone wants you to do a shot with them, but so Saturday night, I'm sitting down to listen to some tunes, and I start feeling a tickle in my throat. And I'm like, oh, shit, not a summer cold. And sure enough, I'm coughing. I'm hacking up a storm. Rough night sleeping Saturday night because I'm coughing. And I wake up Sunday morning. I'm like, well, I got 2 COVID tests left in the drawer. I better take one of these. So I take the COVID test. Comes out negative. I'm like, okay, it's just a damn cold. But the problem is I have symptoms. And you're not allowed to go into the office if you have symptoms. So I'm like, shit, this is the week the office opens. This is the week that we've been preparing for, that I need to be on site to support this. And now I can't go in for at least 2 weeks because I got to wait until 10 days have passed without any symptoms before I can even go in, just to be on the safe side. But so I'm like, shit, this sucks. So I put in a DoorDash order to CVS. I order, cough drops and NyQuil and Dayquil and Zircom and
All that
that's
good shit.
yeah, all my cold supplies, and I'm dosing myself up, and I get through Sunday fine. And so today I'm taking some calls, I'm getting through, I'm noticing I got a fever. I'm burning up at well, it's not bad, about 100.6 I think is what I measured at last. Although when I take the Dayquil, I feel great and it comes right down. But of course, Dayquil ain't fixing anything; it's just making me feel great. So you know, just gets me through the day. So I decide, I really should use that second COVID test just to be sure, because I was at that party and just about everyone from the whole damn company made a point to come up and talk to me. I think so I grab the last swab of the last test and I stuff it in the nose. I try to get it in there as far as I can without poking my brain, and swirl it around and put it in the tube, squeeze and swirl it around, and get the dropper on there, drop it into the little tray thing, set the timer for 20 minutes. And 20 seconds, I see it starting to darken up. I'm like, oh, shit. I just ruined the office opening. No one's allowed in the office because they've all been exposed to me. So I called my boss's boss, and I'm like, yeah, I got the COVID. And no announcement has gone out. I think some people have been notified, but I've not seen an announcement go out yet, because I've told a few people that I knew I was hanging out with, like, dude, I got COVID, and we were hanging out Thursday. And they're like, well, you're supposed to tell facilities. We should all be notified and quarantining. And I'm like, they know. But I think there's some discussion like, dude, how do we deal with this? The whole company's been exposed. Everyone was talking to him.
So actually, my sister-in-law got a notification on her phone that said that she was exposed to COVID.
Mm.
It's like, where was that? Where did that happen?
Yeah.
Now, she has been living in a motel with this whole process.
Ah.
But we don't think that she has COVID.
No, I didn't call the CEO directly and tell him, so I don't know if he knows, but I did tell the facilities person that I was with the CEO, because I helped him that morning with his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been.
So how?
But
Okay.
it's. But here's the thing.
Our nephew had.
Oh.
So our nephew had pneumonia when he was flying in from Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
And when he got back to Atlanta, because he had a brief, because he has to work and all this kind of crap. He got back there and he was feeling ill and he had pneumonia.
Ah.
But you've been on a plane a lot.
Yeah, and it was one of these. It was not a nonstop. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Well, of course, the question is.
And it was good old American Airlines that overbooked flights.
Yeah, I gotta love that. So, anyways, I'm not sure. One thing is that one of the guys I had to help support today is one of the doctors that works for the company I work for. Because I work for a company that does have some doctors in their employ, and I was talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, well, you tested negative on Sunday. Usually, the antigen tests basically determine if you're infectious. So, being that I tested negative yesterday but positive today, I probably wasn't infectious till today." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's a home, over-the-counter test. I mean, maybe I didn't touch my brain enough, but I don't know." Because usually symptoms would show 5 to 6 days. So I probably caught it Monday.
A 10-day quarantine?
What's that?
Is it still? Did you say 10-day quarantine before?
Yeah. You want to be symptom.
I thought they shortened that to 5 days.
Well, here's the thing. My work is being more conservative than like state policies. I think it's 5 days, symptom free, with a negative test. Wear a mask.
Right.
But yeah, I can't go into the office for 10 days symptom free.
Right. Now, when you were at this party, did a lot of people wear masks or no?
No. Only person I saw with a mask was my boss's boss, because she's traveling soon.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, yay! I'm patient zero. I don't know. Heck, I could have caught. I could have caught it at the party. It is possible for symptoms to show 2 days later, although that's rare. So I could have caught it at the party, because that's the other concern. Maybe I caught it at the party and oh, sorry.
Well, it seems to reason if you got it at the party, then other people were catching it as well.
Well, that's like usually it takes 5 to 6 days for symptoms to present. Usually, so if I spread it at the party, or if I caught it at the party, tomorrow and Wednesday we're gonna get people calling out. So, so it'll be. Now ModPro writes in, that's weird here, it's 5 days. Yeah, 5 days is the norm for a lot of things these days. Although I think they want 5 days symptom free and a negative test. Well, I'm not 100% on that. And then again, I've read so many different policies over so many different courses of time. I'm not completely up on this. So do your own research.
Update my cue card.
But oh man, I need to get the deoxit can up here again. Apparently in Spain you can go to work even if you have COVID. I don't know. Anyways, it's only presenting as a cold for me. You know, tickled throat, fever, little bit of stuffy nose. Certainly you can hear it in my voice. But I decided not to take a second dose of Dayquil today because I don't know. Now ModPro says it's probably a flu, Johnny. No, it's my second test came back positive. It showed positive. So I don't know.
Well, and you're getting a lot of people nowadays that are saying, "Oh, well, I had the flu." And maybe they actually tested, or maybe they didn't test accurately.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe the positive test isn't accurate, but I don't know. All I know is I tested positive, so I'm gonna stay put. I'm gonna get symptom free, and then I'll figure out if I'm doing anything in 5 or 10 days.
Hi, I'm interfering. I'm Pam. You should contact your doctor, because they have COVID medicines now that if you take it within the first 5 days of testing positive, it will greatly reduce problems down the road.
Thank you, Pam. I appreciate the advice.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
But that's why you got to move quickly on. That's
yeah. Thanks.
Have fun now.
I'll do. Actually, it's funny. Everyone's but a lot of people would tell me that. So that is good advice. Glad that people are sharing that. Yeah. That's. What's up?
Oh, we're just going through boxes.
Yeah. No, I did look into that, and the thing about that is that's they're mostly giving that to seniors, and I think I would qualify because technically I'm overweight. That's probably the only reason I'd qualify, but actually I'm very concerned about that. In fact, I just ordered a few more tests because I want Kristen to take a test because with her asthma. I'm thinking she should go talk to her doctor and get that if she tests positive. And I mean, heck, before today, we've been just sharing everything. So
I take it at this point she's not showing symptoms.
She's feeling some symptoms, but not strong. And it could just be, who knows? I don't know. But I got some more tests. They're sitting outside the doorstep because I ordered them from DoorDash just before I start the show. So there's probably a bag of COVID test on the doorstep. I'm not planning on going the full 2 hours today because we got no Mars, and I'm feeling like kind of crashing someplace. Yes, Mod Pro, I'm double vaxxed. I got my 2 shots and my booster, and like I said, I feel like I just have a cold. Really, I'm fine.
Well, let's hope it'll go away without any further problems.
Yeah, let's hope so. So,
I just saw an article that, and I didn't catch the time frame because sometimes articles don't say so. That Connecticut just had something like 11,000 deaths.
Oh.
This is just recently. You kind of forget. Oh yeah, people are still dying from it.
Yeah, that's still happening. So it's something to take seriously.
Okay, so what are the time? What time frame is that? How many people are actually involved? Well, 11,000.
Mhm. Yeah.
And what kind of age groups are involved?
Now, Mod Pro writing in. Wait a minute! Don't you guys get free tests? Yes, we get free tests. I had 2 left, and I just placed an order for more free tests, but I don't know how long it takes them to ship them. And like, if Kristen gets this, I want her to know early so she can pursue that medication. So that's why I'm like, screw waiting for the free test. I'll just order a few from CVS to hold us over till the more free ones come in. Because the free tests, you order them through the post office's website, and we know how great the post office is at delivering things in a timely, speedy manner. So I don't know. They could show up tomorrow with my luck, but I'm like, whatever. Oh, they'll be waiting at actually, I just saw in my inbox is a picture of a CVS bag waiting at my front door. So yeah. As soon as we get off the line here, I'll go grab that and hand that off, and we'll see what we got. But yeah, so that was my crazy day. And so basically you're just unpacking boxes at this point on your crazy
Well, we're trying
trip.
to make space because we have a truck that will have a lot more boxes.
Oh, I see.
We're a big wardrobe's going to put stuff in the closet. I'm actually currently emptying the closet so we can do that. And then we'll have a lot more space.
Yeah.
Like this bedroom, I have like 3 wardrobes that are full of clothes. There's a 4th row wardrobe that I haven't looked at yet. I don't know if it's clothes. In fact, there's one that's marked for shoes. Why do you use a wardrobe box for shoes? These movers were,
lots of
let's
shoes.
just say, strange and did not give a shit.
Yeah. Now, is it a wardrobe box filled with shoes, or is it a wardrobe box with a bunch of shoes in the bottom that's got a lot of dead space?
Like 2/3 of the box is full of shoes.
Oh, well,
but again, why would you use a wardrobe box for that?
Because it was big enough for all the shoes.
Well, it's actually too big. Fortunately, they didn't actually literally fill it up to the top with shoes.
They could have just slid down the sides a bit, folded it over, and adjusted the box side. And Sparky Toaster got here just in time to miss the whole COVID story.
Yay, Sparky!
Yay, Sparky Toaster. Went to a party last week. Rubbed elbows with each and every one of my coworkers, one by one. Then tested positive this morning.
You want to talk about dogs or pets?
What's that?
You want to talk about dogs or pets?
Aren't they the same thing?
Well, pets in general.
Pets in general? Okay.
I mean, so I was the caretaker of a hamster several years ago, right?
Yeah, and a guinea pig.
I'm sorry, guinea pig, not hamster. What the fuck is wrong with me? Guinea pigs. Okay, so they're interesting to a point, but dogs are way more interesting. So the first time I walked the dog, she goes, ha, 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 I've got a rookie here.
Oh, no.
And the second time, yeah, that's a rookie, but he's starting to get it. So I'm going to make it tougher, right?
Oh, boy.
And so yesterday, she made the walk quite a bit longer than normal. I'm going to go this way. Okay.
So she's walking the neighborhood like I walk to a train station.
Right.
Right.
And then this morning, I was walking her, and I go, okay, so this is one of those, leashes that, just as a loop. And you either loop one way, it forms the shape of a P. And if it's the other way, it's the shape of a G.
Right.
And if you're right-handed and you want the dog to be on the right side, you want to use P.
Okay.
Okay, so I looked at the leash and I go, oh, shoot, this is the G. That's why she's on the left side. Even though I'm holding it with my right hand. She knows better than me. So I go to reverse it, take off the leash very carefully. She knows what's happening, and she runs.
Of course she runs.
So she runs about 50 feet, stops, waits for me to catch up a little bit, and then runs some more, and keeps playing this
Yes.
game.
Oh, she has a
leapfrogging down.
toy. Its
That's
name is
right.
Brian.
We got the game going. So, I keep playing the game, whatever.
Well, yeah, the more you play it, the
Go
more.
down the end of the street, and I turn left following her. She sees this homeless person that's on a bicycle, but he's not going anywhere.
Friend.
And she actually stays clear of the person.
Okay.
Other people still greet. In fact, there's these truckers that are parked along the road, and she'll, kind of go by them, without, you want to avoid them. She'll just, kind of go by them, and, he kind of will wave at them or whatever, at her. And then she turns down this side road past this company, and there's a guy out there, and he waves at me, and he says, "Yep, I see she's playing that game with you." I says, "Yep, we'll figure it out." So we go down to this, this alley, and there's a fence there, a chain link fence, and she goes through it. I don't really quite see it at first, but I got to the fence. There's this huge hole. I could walk right through it, right?
Right.
But I put my hands on the fence. And, oh, look, I can't get past here. And she looks at me like, "You dumb shit. I know this. I know this game." That didn't work.
No.
So then I continue, and she's just bolting forward. And I I passed this little homeless shanty shelter. There was one bicycle there, so I figured there's one guy in it. But I kept walking, didn't say anything. Got to the end of came to the edge of the creek where there's a pathway, and I go, let's see, did she go right or left? Right or left? Right? Oh, there she is. She's on the right. So then I cruise down, and then she gets to the road. I go, I didn't want to get to the road, but it's not that busy. And then it's like, okay, which way she did go? I got to get down to the road to see that for sure whether she went to right or left. So I got down there, and then, okay, so we're on the sidewalk now, and it's clean. Yep, there she is on the right. I go down a little bit, and then I go, here's what I'm going to do. I went down on my hands and knees, like I'm hurt.
Oh.
And she comes running at me at 90 miles an hour. She's going to save my life.
Oh, there we go.
No frickin' guinea pig would ever do that. So anyway, when she gets up to me, she says, "Oh, you are faking, damn it." And then she goes into this, we're going to wrestle mode.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And so, so we have this good old time wrestling, and I slip the collar back on her. Okay, let's go.
Man,
But
go ahead.
Yeah, it was good.
It's always fun, and then it's sad when they can't do that anymore. Because we growing up, we had a beagle. Banshee was her name. She would howl if you said my name over and over again, which was something my mom discovered when trying to get me to. What's that?
A special perfect name for a howling beagle.
Yeah, well, my dad named her, and it had nothing to do with the screeching, screaming thing. Basically, it had to do with the first Firebird was called the Banshee, and so yeah.
The dog was named after a car.
Yes.
Was the car named after the dog?
No, the dog was named after the car.
Yeah.
Of course, my dad named our dog after a car, and so yeah. And my mom would often have to yell my name multiple times, get me to hear and pay attention, and be like, "Yeah, what?" And so she started howling every time she say my name, which turned into a fun game for the whole rest of the family. But being a beagle, you open that door and she can get out, she's gone, and she ain't turning around, she ain't looking, she's just gone. And there were times I'd have to jump on my bike and ride out there and find her and catch her, bike all around the neighborhood looking for her. And it was sad the last time she escaped, because she got older, was not quite, didn't quite have the pep anymore. She still had the excitement though. So the door was open. She saw her chance. She ran out the door. She ran out to the end of the driveway. She stopped. She turned around, waited for me to come pick her up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that's right. I can't do that anymore. Come on, come get me. Let's go home. So it's like, well, not gonna have that problem anymore. But yeah. Anyways, so
Would share the memory, right?
yeah. Anyways, so we're nearing the top of the hour here, and I mean, what, we're burning your minutes, and although you're probably on, I'm sorry, I'm ready to call
actually, I have unlimited minutes, but I don't have unlimited data, and I've come to the end of it, so they just charged me $15 for another gig.
it. Wow, you're that dedicated.
So on that, I'm very careful.
So in that case, we're gonna have to go ahead and put to bed another.
Insert title here.
Because I'm ready to go, just kind of chillax and fall asleep, and then take some NyQuil and get ready for another day of remote homework and see how many people call out tomorrow and start keeping score of how infectious I am. Is that in poor taste to play a game of how infectious am I and start keeping score of how many people?
Wasn't there a Fire Sign Theater episode on that?
But
what disease do I have?
But then again, there's no telling if I'm really patient zero or if I just happen to catch it there and it showed early. But I'm anyways, we do try to be
you didn't catch it
educational.
while waiting at the train station.
I could have been at the darn train station. Man, if I knew I was infected, I'd have coughed in the guy's fit. No kidding, I would never do that. Never do that. No matter how angry I am at that guy, I think screaming asshole off into the distance as the train pulled out was about as far as I would go. Now Sparky writes in, I learned Johnny thinks he has COVID. Get tested again, Johnny, on Thursday or Friday. Get a second opinion. Well, no, I mean, it will, yeah, we'll see. Whatever I have something, and I'm going to stay put and not spread it, whether it's a cold or a COVID, and I'm going to wait for my symptoms to go away.
Like if you have it, you go to the hospital. I mean, they always check you at the door and stuff like that. I do have COVID.
Actually, I think
where did you go?
I think the 10 days is 10 days after the symptoms first present, or I don't know. I got to read all the bullshit.
Yeah, but you're trying to get into the hospital.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
No, I'm just saying if you were.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so what have we learned here tonight, Brian?
We learned something about COVID, huh?
I guess so. We learned.
We wanted to.
We learned that bar hopping is a great opportunity to spread the disease. And I learned that Sparky doesn't think I have COVID.
Dr. Sparky.
Dr. Sparky. Now, Sparky wants to know when will Dune be back. Now, we could have done a show yesterday, I think, because Dune messaged me, and I was like, dude, I ain't feeling it. Like, I just want to go, crawl into bed and disappear. And not that, I mean, it's just like a normal cold, which even during a normal cold, sometimes you're just like, I just want to go crawl in a bed and disappear. But
yeah.
But Dune was feeling tired too. But I think he was on, I don't know. I didn't know if he just got home yesterday or if he was ready to do an on-location show, but he did message me, and I was like, nah. So we'll see. Anyways, thank you everyone for listening to our abbreviated short show. And hopefully we'll see you back here next week. Hopefully I'll be feeling 110%. And now, Brian, are you due to head back home in the next week or? Saturday. Okay. So you'll be back home by Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You'll have more dog stories.
Probably.
All right. Well, let's go find someone to raid. So let's see who is live right now. And, of course, I have to sign back in to my Twitch account because, now I need to get a token, which is being texted to me because it's not enough to have a password. Okay. Security code for Twitch 2734. No. Kidding. There we go. All right, we're signed in. Now let's see who's live. Well, Velvet Seven's live. That's always fun. Sushi Dragon is live. Ray Rachel's live. Let's see. Anyone playing some music? Nina Music is live. Sessions is live. We got a few choices here for, and someone's playing bingo.
Wow, exciting.
Oh, it's been a while since we've raided Nina, so maybe we should go raid Nina. Let me just go make sure she's live right now. We're just going to find out if Nina is live right now so that we can send our Twitch followers. Yeah, she is live. What's going on?
I'm trying on a fuzzy hat.
Ah, there we go. All right.
So what I'll do is to take a picture of it and put it on Twitter.
Oh, of course. That'll be coming up on Twitter soon. And we're going to raid right
Still
now.
haven't come across a shower cap.
Oh. We might have to buy you one.
Wow, that's not right. Not when you can get it for free.
Oh, well, you haven't found one yet, though.
Well, yeah, I need to get to the front desk.
Ah, there you go. All right. Well, we've raided, so we'll catch you next week.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye. And goodbye to YouTube. If YouTube's still watching, take it on over to twitch.tv/me and Nina Music, which is where we rate it to. Or have a nice evening.